youngest. And the Saginaw Skim, they're doing amazing. They don't want an award in the first year. So STEM, trade, and coding, people are having that conversation now. They can't have that. They can't have these little niggas there because niggas do it. No, 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 no. We got to do it for you. You know how much money people making it off that? We need to help you shit. You know how many grants and programs they design for helping niggas? That ain't nothing else. Yeah, yeah, we talking about money. Shit about money. We shall overcome niggas. Yeah. But ask yourself this though: have the kids gotten any better? Have the kids gotten any better? I'm just asking. Like my sister asked, I'm just asking. I came to the internet saying the same thing. This is my opinion. I'm just asking. Are the kids getting any better? Are they getting any braver? Are they getting any stronger? Are they more independent? No, they telling them to be rappers and to kill niggas. They telling them to play sports. They ain't telling them to be a fucking boss. A lot of these guys control a lot of money, but don't know what to do with it. But what the rappers tell them to do, go throw it to a stripper's ass. Go buy a chain. These niggas got their subdivision around their neck. They got their 40 acres around their neck. It ain't the white man no more. The white man done gave the money. You putting the 40 acres around your neck. You putting your 100 acres in your car. And your Rolls Royce is in your bed. I'm just saying. I ain't know we like so many nice ass bills. That's a new thing, you know. The only thing is that we cost a lot. I thought we were sagging anyway. Hey, look, niggas don't design to give white people their money back so much that niggas don't even keep their hands up on their ass. But they'll buy the most expensive belt to steal sand. If that ain't the craziest shit ever, if that ain't the craziest shit ever, I done spent goddamn near $2,000-3,000 on a fucking belt that I'm not gonna use properly any motherfucking way. Why can't I just go to Walmart and get a bullshit ass Dickies belt, tie that motherfucker on, and let my pants hang? I don't understand this shit no more. If the white man ain't designing you think like that, please tell me how the fuck that make any sense. Somebody tell me. I'm just asking. Don't put me regular out with this shit. I'm just asking. Who the hell taught you to buy a belt that you ain't gonna use? And if you're gonna buy a belt, why can't be the cheapest motherfucking belt you can find? I don't get it. You got to see they keep directing you towards the white man, the white man, the white man. They don't want you. They don't want you to ever do anything.
What's good? What's good, y'all, man? God dang, I let it go on that long. What's good with y'all? Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, share the channel, with all that good stuff, baby. Y'all already know what it is. It's Sunday. It's Sunday, chilling. Just sitting here, you know what I'm saying, doing my normal, waiting on the wire to come on in from work. Yes, I thought I had a surprise for y'all, but it ain't come through, so still hopefully it comes. Still, it might just come through. It might come through.
accountability, niggas. Hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable. All right? Get your shit in order. A bunch of imperfect human beings trying to always blame somebody else. So that's why you never see me start with shit. You see me take it to your next thing. But let me go enjoy this go get me some coffee, and I'll go do some shit on my computer. But I'll be back on that.
Sitting here looking at little news and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Trying to see what's going on in the world. Staying on top of this little Ukraine and Russia situation. I like just watching it, keeping my mind. You know, you get a lot of knowledge out of this stuff. Good morning, Vicky. Appreciate you coming through the this channel and gaming channel. Appreciate you.
You know, it depends on which woman, whatever woman think is her bad trait. Like, you know what I'm saying? She think her breasts not big or.
Good afternoon. Amy Justin tested positive. Let's do a Q test. Okay. Good afternoon. The Ukrainian president has said a Ukrainian and Russian delegation are to meet without preconditions for peace talks on the border between the two countries. Russia's President Putin has also ordered his military command to put nuclear deterrent forces on high alert. Straight to our security and defense editor, Deborah Haynes, who's in Kiev. Deborah, two things to look at there. Let's start with these peace talks. What are they saying? Yes, it's a significant move. And also, we had from the beginning of the day, Russia saying that it was sending officials to Belarus wanting to speak with the Ukrainian side, and Ukraine's president quickly coming out and saying, yes, that they were prepared to talk, but not in a country like Belarus, from where the Russian invasion was partially launched. So
I ain't drinking no coffee, but I'm looking at the news.
To agree to the fact that this meeting is happening actually on the border. I don't know if I'm reading that too much into that or not, but the fact as well is that President Putin, is not going to be in this from a position of particular strength. Yes, his forces have invaded this country. It's day 4 now of that invasion, and they have bombarded cities across the nation. But they have also met, surprisingly for them, I think, stiff Ukrainian resistance on the ground, and then overwhelming resistance from the Western world internationally. We just take Germany's stance in terms of cutting off this multi-billion-pound pipeline, sending in weapons, saying it's going to send in weapons to Ukraine, and today announcing that it's going to significantly increase its own defence budget. Also, lots of European nations shutting off their airspace to Russian planes and cutting Russian banks out of the international financial system. Significant body blows for the Russian president over his actions here. But these actions, he sent this country into crisis. Clearly, the Ukrainian president needs this war to end. But hopefully, if these negotiations that are happening with the war in this current state, then he has a relatively strong hand to play.
Okay, Deborah, talk us through this recent news that President Putin has ordered his military command to put nuclear deterrent forces on, quote, high alert. That sounds like he's upping the stakes with an extremely aggressive move.
Yeah, the word nuclear weapons makes everyone shudder, doesn't it? Which is not surprising. But it's important to note that in Russia's military doctrine, they actually use nuclear weapons, tactical nuclear weapons, not strategic ones that would cause, sort of Armageddon in another country, but like a smaller nuclear weapon as a way to de-escalate a conflict. It's actually literally part of their doctrine to win. But the fact that he is coming out and making this very aggressive move, it's clearly signalling to the West that he, reminding them, not that anyone needs reminding, that Russia is a nuclear power and is willing to use nuclear weapons. But I mean, the idea that he might actually take that step, I think we hopefully are a long way off from that. But the very fact it's even being raised, frankly, to me, does smack a bit of desperation on his part, given that the war down here on the ground doesn't seem to be going in his direction. And given the overwhelming, painful sanctions that he has been hit with by Western allies who have actually gone much further than people had initially thought, especially with regards to Germany and with regards to other EU countries that have.
I just wanted to stop by, come through, and chillax for a minute.
We can talk about Russian position right now. Is the war, the back and forth. That many people die. It's many civilian people die. It's horrible, especially for civilian women, children, our soldier. And Russians explain they came to change the government because the government is bad. I'm sorry, every Ukrainian support the decision to be the part of European family is a main priority for us, and Putin not agree with that. We don't want to live in Russia empire. It's the main reason why is Russian soldiers coming here. Every Ukrainian support this war. This war against the Russians because we are not aggressive wars to anyone. But if some army coming to us, we will be fight. We fight for our independency, for our family, for our future, for our values. Its main point. The Russians are staying the port of Kiev, and it's not so far. It's from here, I guess, it's 20 kilometers, maybe less.
How prepared is Kiev to deal with invasion of Russian troops?
Actually, it's what did Russia? They destroyed the economy of our country. I expect right now the huge humanitarian catastrophe in our country. Huge humanitarian catastrophe because our economy destroyed, our infrastructure is destroyed. The people doesn't have a job. People doesn't have money. People doesn't have homes right now. Millions of people move from his houses, and what they do they destroy the country. And one point, the life of the millions of the people for our independence already paid thousands Ukrainian with his huge price, his life. But what is the next? What is the next? Russians have just expectation of rebuild empire. We don't want the Russian empire. We want to fight for our independence. Is the main message.
Just saw that the head of the Russian delegation is waiting for a Ukrainian delegation to come to Poland. Can you confirm this?
I have information.
Are you able to comment on this?
I have information, but I'm not involved to make a negotiation. Which negotiation? Now, the question: which negotiations is one priority? Move away from our country.
But you can't comment on whether a Ukrainian delegation is coming to Poland right now.
No.
And are you able able to comment on what the fighting has been like within Kiev? Because for us reporting on it, it's been really hard to follow and to know exactly what's going on. Sometimes there's reports of shooting in Podil and then on the outskirts of Kiev. Can you give us a sense of what's been happening?
The Russians sent some troops, small troops, which actually with some time with as civilian, with weapons, snipers, and shootings everywhere, and they want to make terror attack and to bring the panic to our city. It's a goal. It's a goal. We hunting of them, and we take this some people Russians who are coming to our city.
And how, yesterday there were reports that the Ukrainian forces were seeking out these Russians within Kiev. How successful has that operation been?
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question exactly.
So yesterday there were reports that
Feel like quality.
Subscribe to our channel. Alright guys, so if you want to paint your yard up with this beautiful chocolate tri-mural, you can hit me up at 513-386-4047 guys. This boy is amazing. He just got confirmed with his first litter. It's a 9-piece on his way guys. So if you're trying to get some Kimbo puppies, they will be here in not too long guys. Make sure you go subscribe to MOA Kennels YouTube channel and follow him on Instagram if you need any more information about this boy.
What's going on, you guys? MOA Kennels. I'm right here. We got one of the Snow and Caesar pups. As you guys can see, this boy is super beefed up, super boned up. He's gonna be a nice stud for somebody's yard. This is the only male that I got available from the litter. I actually might be letting go of my keeper male. I'm gonna show him next. But look at this boy right here.
Sir, boy. You know, I'm over here, no skinny puppies, boy.
They're only 5 weeks old. They just turned 5 weeks old yesterday. Super boned up, you guys. I'm gonna show y'all this other male.
So I'm gonna touch you too.
Yeah. This is the other male right here, man. Look at this beautiful boy. Boned up.
Looking like a diva.
The male, the first male that I'm selling it for 5K. This boy right here, just shoot me an offer. But it gotta be higher than 5K though. Just shoot me an offer. If I like what I hear, you can get this boy right here. I keep the male out the way.
Bring that bag or he will keep it, guys. Yes, sir. Trying to get him in one people.
Yeah,
So I'm about to reach you.
you can reach me on Instagram at MOA_Kennels. You can go to my YouTube, comment on my YouTube videos, anything. My YouTube is MOA Kennels. And you can text me at 513-364-7544, you guys. Text something, no calls. So just text me, let me know your name and what you're trying to do. We're gonna get it done, you guys.
Yes, sir.
You can get it done. Well, I'd be damned if I spend $5,000 for it. I ain't hating. I don't. Hey, for people that can afford it and it don't hurt them, more power to you. Y'all getting good dogs.
We knew this investigation.
But boy, I can't do it, boy. I couldn't do it. Spend $5 for a dog. I like dogs, but I like $5,000 better. I don't know. I don't know.
We're following a development.
I'd rather probably just raise a dog that I like to look at, cause to
story out of Northwest Harris County, where a man was shot to death while he was sitting in his SUV at a gas station.
That's right. Deputies say someone that they believe was involved in that shooting has been detained. KPRC2's Rilwan Balogan is live outside that gas station off the Tomball Parkway in Hollister. He has the details for us. Rilwan.
Hey, good morning. That shooting happened just behind me at the Exxon gas station right off of State. They found a man dead in a black SUV. Now, in the video, you can see some bullet holes on the driver's side of the vehicle. We counted at least 4. While on scene, witnesses told Harris County Sheriff's Office deputies that after the shooting, they noticed a white SUV speed off immediately after the shooting. And moments later, while investigators were on scene, a man in a white SUV returned to the scene, telling investigators that he was involved in the shooting. That individual is in custody as investigators try to figure out exactly what led up to this shooting. Now, the names and identity of both men, the deceased victim here, and the shooter of the suspects have not been released. Live in Northwest Harris County, Rilwan Balogan, KPRC.
Oh, wow. Definitely know that. You definitely know.
This morning with an appeal to the.
You definitely know. 2001 ain't changed to 2022. We still living in 2001 right now. Bro. Ain't nothing changed. I thought people had resolutions and shit when they when next year come. Nobody had no resolution this year. What's called a resolution? Yeah, nobody had no resolution this year. They were just like, forget about it, man. I'm tired of doing resolutions. Or just go ahead and just live like it was December 20 what's it called? I mean December 31st. Well, for real. Ain't nothing changed.
World. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is calling for everyone on
Earth
to
worse
join
now.
the fight against Russia. Ukrainian forces right now are fighting the Russian military on multiple fronts. Russian troops have moved into Kharkiv, Ukraine's second largest city. People are being told to stay inside their homes because fighting has turned into urban warfare. It's out in the streets.
Now, Russia's claimed its attacks are aimed only at military targets, but you've seen the pictures and you see them in front of you now. We've seen damage to neighborhoods, to schools. Ukrainian President Zelensky accusing the Russian army of killing civilians.
The last night in Ukraine was brutal. There were shelling again, bombarding of residential areas, civil infrastructure. There is not a single facility in our country that the occupants consider an unacceptable target.
And this morning, Zelensky is rejecting calls to hold peace talks with Russia in Belarus. I mean, he says he is ready to meet with Russians, but he will only do so on neutral ground. In the meantime, the U.S. and its European allies are working on additional measures to slow Russian aggression, agreeing to cut off select Russian banks from SWIFT. That's the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication. It severely limits their access to the international banking system.
Our CNN reporters are covering this story from all angles. Let's begin with Alex Marquardt. He's live for us inside Kyiv. And Alex, fighting has intensified across Ukraine, but from last night, your vantage point, you can see the skies lighting up. And earlier you shared that you were hearing explosions not far from where you're standing right now. Bring us up to speed with the latest on what you're seeing.
Yeah, Boris, the fighting intensifying not just across the country, but around this city as well. In just the past hour, there does appear to be an acceleration of the pace.
I was going to be on here about that a minute, y'all. So I hope y'all have y'all continue having a good Sunday. Have
to the northeast, to the north,
chillax.
And to the
But
west.
I'm finna go ahead and
the explosions that I've heard have been coming from that direction.
get other stuff done, and I'll get back with y'all.
At least 4
all right, y'all. Shout out to Vicky for coming through.
Of smoke. Now, this is a city that is essentially under lockdown. There is a curfew until tomorrow morning. You can certainly imagine